Got a skanky bitch in my ride, rolling down the avenue.
Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive. Today we're going to be looking at Skanky Bitch by Kurt Holes.
Yeah, this one should be fun.
Definitely not your average top 40 hit here. I mean, just look at the title.
Right off the bat, he's getting your attention.
Exactly. So, how do we even begin to unpack a song like this? What are we listening for?
Well, for me, it's all about those layers. Like any good song, it's not just surface level. You've got the music itself, the beat, the tone, then the lyrics and how those work together. And in this case, especially with a title like Skanky Bitch, there's this whole other level of social commentary, almost. He's making a statement, but what is that statement? That's what we're here to figure out.
Okay, so let's get into it. Right from the beginning, we've got this imagery of the open road, city lights.
The fast car. There's definitely this sense of freedom, maybe a little danger, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, for sure. It's like setting the scene, right? And then he introduces this woman, and it's interesting right from the start how he describes her. She's got attitude adjusted just for you. He calls her my ride, which, could be about the car, but also seems a lot more suggestive.
It's like he's playing with that power dynamic already. She's also called the queen. So is he in control or is she?
And that's what makes these first couple verses so compelling. He's giving us these glimpses into their relationship. But it's not straightforward. It's in those little details, the way he phrases things, where you really start to question who's holding the cards.
Oh, and speaking of not being straightforward, that chorus, let's talk about Skanky Bitch for a minute.
Yeah, he doesn't exactly shy away from it, does he?
Not at all. It's repeated over and over. It's almost like he's reclaiming the term. But it's still a loaded word, for sure.
Definitely, yeah. It's a word that's been used to demean, to control, to put women in a box. But by using it so boldly, so repetitively, Holes is forcing us to confront it. It becomes almost anthemic. It's like he's saying, you can call her that, but you don't get to define her.
That's a really interesting take, and it made me think about that line later on. No one can touch her the most.
Ooh, yeah, that's a powerful one.
It's like she's untouchable,
right?
In control, but there's also this sense of isolation, maybe.
Absolutely. He paints this picture of someone who's strong, independent, but in that independence, there's a loneliness. It makes you wonder, is that the price of freedom? What does that mean to be truly untouchable? Is it empowering or is it lonely?
Man, deep stuff. And I think the music really adds to that feeling, too.
Oh, for sure. The driving beat, that insistent bass line, it's like the pulse of the city, Yeah. It never lets up.
Yeah, it's relentless, which kind of mirrors how I imagine this woman to be. But then there are these moments where the music softens, almost like a breath, before it jumps back in. It's almost like he's giving us, the listener, a moment to catch our breath, to process before we're thrown back into her world.
Exactly. It's like he's saying, this is her life, her energy, are you keeping up? And that, to me, is what makes this song so much more than just a catchy tune. It's an experience. It stays with you.
So we've gone from fast cars and cityscapes to questions of power, isolation, even a bit of social commentary, wouldn't you say?
For sure. Holes was making us think, making us question the labels we put on people, especially women. And that's what good art should do, isn't it? Challenge us, make us uncomfortable, and ultimately maybe even help us see the world a little differently.
Wow, so much to unpack in just a few minutes of music.
And that's why we love to do these deep dives, right? Because sometimes the most unexpected songs can spark the most interesting conversations.
I couldn't have said it better myself. And on that note, we'll leave you with this. How does Skanky Bitch make you feel? What does it say to you about the world we live in? Think about it. We'll see you next time for another deep dive.
Tell me, can you feel it now? Skanky bitch, we take a bow. Echoes of the beat so rough. Baseline hits, we can't get enough. Her presence alone makes it tough. In the city streets, she calls it bluff.